Oh, yes. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was having a light malfunction. A slight light malfunction.
So even you're probably on a higher tier of Restream. Even for you, it doesn't remember the window positions.
No, it's so frustrating.
This is why not?
Well, there's placeholders. There's something called placeholders, which we haven't really.
Oh, well, let's implement those.
Yeah, I think then we have to like give new link. Like you have to make sure you join the red link and
changes.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't have access to these.
We could play with it. Yeah, there's like a participant placeholder, but then I'm not. There might be a separate link for that.
Interesting. Hey, that's the other thing. It doesn't debounce very well. So when I hit something, sometimes it hits it twice, even though I only hit it once. So that's not
hit as in keyboard shortcuts.
Click on it. No, when I click on it.
What? That doesn't happen to me.
It kind of like double clicks.
It's your mouse. It's broken.
No, doesn't do it anywhere else. Everywhere else, it's fine.
Okay, that.
No, why isn't that showing here? There we go.
All right, let me get you mail, and we can do the show.
Yes.
Are we all live, Anthony?
Yes.
I think we are.
I'm looking forward to the glamour shots.
Glamour. Looking through the pictures, I noticed that glamour is, for most people, is synonymous with colorful.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting fact.
And if you look in the thesaurus, it doesn't say colorful anywhere. Which was funny.
I wonder, maybe I should put this in the teleprompter. Wouldn't that be interesting? Put your notes in the teleprompter, and I would be able to see what I'm doing. I don't know. Would that work? Let's see. Let's see how it works. Wow, that didn't work too well. It cut it all off. What's going on? How could it have only got the right half? That's not true. That's not true. Copy. Yeah, that's so weird. It's not something's very, very strange. Well, I guess I won't put it in the prompter. So there. Whew. Okay. I'm done futzing around. If everybody is ready to do a show. Oh, I do have to fix this. I moved things around a little bit. I know why. I still have the windows. Let me close the windows. Recording. Press the recording. Yeah, they're coming down. The windows are coming down. And yes, the glare is gone. But the hair is not gone. Just the glare. Hey, all you clubbers. How are you today? Welcome. It's a beautiful Friday in Hanover. And I think we should check in with our photo guy, Mr. Chris Marquardt at the Viewfinder Via. Hello, Chris Marquardt.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Every month, if you're new to the club, every month, Chris and I sit down, talk photography, because we're both avid photographers. Me, a rank amateur, he a professional. Chris does coaching. He does also some wonderful photo workshops, which you could find out more about at discoverthetopfloor.com. And of course, every month he gives us an assignment, an opportunity
Yes,
to
I do.
get out there and take pictures, not to compete, not for amazing awards and prizes, just, merely for the fun of it. And look at that. Glamorous was our topic of the week. We're going to get to some photo news in a bit. One other thing I'd like to say is that if you have questions for Chris, this is the time to go to our question interface. It's a form at tfttf.com/PTQ. Now, let me explain. Those are initialisms. TFTTF stands for Tips from the Top Floor. Chris's longtime photography podcast, Tips from the Top Floor. You're not on the top floor anymore, are you, though?
Oh, here where I live. No, this is the ground floor.
And Tips from the ground floor was taken. So Tips from the top
it's
floor.
all in your imagination,
Tips from the top floor, tfttf.com/phototimequestions, PTQ. So, ask
it's
some
all
questions.
very simple.
Now, Paul in our club has put in the official definition of glamorous from the Google Dictionary, which says, glamorous describes someone or something as excitingly attractive, alluring, and sophisticated, possessing an air of magic, beauty, wealth, or success that makes them seem special, captivating, and far from ordinary. It implies a stylish, fascinating, and enchanting quality often associated with wealth, fame, or a luxurious lifestyle like a glamorous movie star or a glamorous evening gown. Well, we have some glamorous pictures. I guess that fits
it.
That fits it. It's possessing an air of magic, beauty, special, captivating, far from ordinary.
And
people
a lot of color
who participate in this. Yeah, and lots of color. There's no monochrome. People who participate in this upload their pictures to flickr.com and then submit them to the Tech Guy group where Chris reviews them. And for this week's show has selected 3 he wants to talk about.
That's what we do here. And let's kick this off. First one, a very simple shot by our friends Dimilente. It's a colorful shot, and not just that, it's a rainbow kind of shot.
And it looks tasty, but it's not. Do not eat this.
It's not. Do not eat this. Title is Let's Play Pretend in L.A. And it's a shot of a shelf with nail varnish on it. And
I thought it was gelato.
No, it's not. I wouldn't eat it. And but yeah, you see the rainbow colors, the right order, and
it's quite pretty.
Very glittery.
Oh, it's glamorous because it's
shine.
Nail varnish makes it glamorous.
It's nail varnish. Yes, it's very. Yeah. Just imagine every nail on your finger having a different color. I mean, just glamorous, right?
I love it. And is it red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet? It is. It's rainbow.
Roy G. Biff, there we go. And it's one of these. Actually, I really like it because it's one of these. It's before being glamorous, so it's part of a story. It's more a story kind of picture.
Yeah.
And you can let that play out in your imagination, and it'll probably lead to something glamorous. Awesome.
Nice. Very glamorous. So now,
second one,
yes,
by RB19, and it is a glamorous bird that we know as a peacock.
You know, we used to have one of these in our backyard, and Lisa named it Bob.
That's an awesome name for a peacock. I think the perfect name. So
that is a beautiful shot. Wow.
Is it a glamorous
bird? That could
bird?
be Bob. Yeah.
Very, very colorful. Very, I mean, just if you look at the details in the photo, it is kind of cranked up to the max in terms of colors. You can kind of tell. So it's a
little oversaturation.
Extra bit of saturation. I don't think it's oversaturated.
Just a
it's cranked
tad.
up to where it's still kind of nice.
You know, the
You can
amazing
overdo
thing about
that
the
easily.
peacock is you actually don't really have to do that, especially for that iridescent blue chest. It is the
Yes.
most vibrant color I've ever seen. They're just gorgeous. And we had a flock of them when we lived out in the country.
Wow.
And Bob would come chase the females because it's the males that have this plumage. And he would come chase the rather drab looking females and do this display to show them how wonderful he was. And he'd walk around with these feathers open. It was quite amazing.
Yes. So yeah,
They make a
glamorous
sound
bird,
that is
the
less than
peacock.
glamorous.
Yes, it sounds like an old rusty car horn or something.
Sounds like somebody crying. But you know what's funny is I thought when we first moved there, I would come to hate it, and I didn't. I really it didn't bother me for some reason. Maybe it's because it was Bob. Love Bob.
It's also
Miss Bob.
yeah, the
Who's a
kind of
sweetie.
sounds, the things, different things make. So I think if it was a rusty garden door, you probably would have
That'd
not
be
liked
different.
it, even
Yeah.
though it might have sounded exactly the same.
I think this is definitely glamorous.
Yes, it is. And then, last but not least, Mitch XX Blossoms of Light Denver Botanic Gardens. And
Ooh.
again, we are really deep in colorful territory here.
Yeah.
What we're looking at is a night shot of the Denver Botanic Gardens. They have gorgeous lights up in all sorts of different colors. There's a pond and these lit up colorful balls, all different sizes on the water, reflecting in the water, the trees reflecting in the water, the millions of tiny little pin lights in the trees, different colors. It's glorious. It's
It really is
gorgeous.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, it is. So
Very nice. Is that a new name in
Glorious.
our pantheon of?
I think Mitch, we had
Contributors?
Mitch before. I think
Okay.
we had him before. But this is open for everyone, so you don't have to be a professional photographer to participate. You don't even need a fancy camera. The one in your pocket is good enough. Definitely.
Oh, I forgot. I always like to see in the EXIF, we could tell what kind of camera. This was a Nikon Z, one of the newer Nikon mirrorless ones, right? And he shot it-
Z7
It's the
II.
Z7 II, I think it is. And then he shot it at 28 millimeters. Interesting, though. Must have been very bright because it's f3.5 and f100 and 1/100th. And the ISO is only
look at
6400. So
look
there
at
was a
the
lot of
lights.
light. Yeah.
If you don't want to overexpose everything here, and a night shot doesn't really. If a night shot has lots of light, it doesn't need to be very wide open, very long exposure.
Yeah.
Typically, this kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
The Peacock was with an iPhone 17.
yeah.
RB19 did that. And Demi Lenti, I think they shoot with, I forgot now, is it a Canon or Nikon? No, that
That's
was a
a
Pixel
Google
8.
Pixel 8. There you go.
See, so that just proves it. Anything you got in your pocket will do.
Yeah, the
Nowadays,
tech
phones are
is
so good, yeah,
the tech is never the issue. Never.
which is sad.
All right.
I wish the tech were the issue.
As nerds, yeah, I know. We'll get in the news. We'll get into a couple of really nerdy things. You'll like.
Oh,
that.
good. Oh, good.
You'll love it. Yeah, that's
Thank you,
that's
all
it.
of you.
And
You know what that
Look
means?
what I
Yes,
brought.
it's time. We have to go to the fishbowl. Every month, Chris picks a new word. Again, this is not a competition. It's just really an excuse to go out and take pictures. So we want you to take new images with this word.
da 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 da.
Da-da-da. Flowing. Well,
We're
it's rainy
flowing.
season here in California, so flowing should not be hard. Flowing.
Well, flowing.
could be
I like
more
it.
than
It
water.
could be anything. It
Yeah,
could be
lots of things
anything.
flow.
Flowing hair,
Yeah.
like mine.
Hair, your
know?
beautiful flowing hair.
There we go.
Could be a gown. So that's the point, is
be-
we don't tell you. It's just the word, the idea, the concept, flowing. What we want you to do is every week go out in the next 4 weeks and keep your little artistic eye peeled for something that says flowing to you. Doesn't matter what it says to us, to you. And take a snap of it, a picture of it, Once you get something, and you can do this once a week, so they'll up to 4 pictures in the next 4 weeks. Once you get something you think, that's. I asked Bruce Dale, my favorite, I quote him all the time, National Geographic photographer, brilliant photographer. I said, Bruce, how do you know if you got a picture that sings? How do you know? He says, I feel it. He taps his tummy, feel it right here. I know. I just look at it and go, oh, yeah. And I think that's true. You go, oh. In fact, those 3 pictures we just looked at, oh, yeah. So that's what you're looking for. And if it says flowing to you and you go, oh, yeah, flowing, I want you to upload it to flickr.com. Now, it's free to join. It's a photo sharing site. It's been around longer than we have. It's a great place. We love Flickr. Once you get it up on Flickr, and by the way, if you don't have a membership, just join. You will be glad you did. Chris and I have been members since the aughts. Forever and ever and ever and ever.
2007.
2007. So go join. And then what you're going to want to do, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to upload that picture and tag it TG Flowing. And the reason you do that is so that we know this is your submission. Then you will submit it to the Tech Guy group, which you can tell you're in the right spot because there are 14,000 members. Yikes. And the Renee Silverman, the wonderful mod, the admin, is there. And she, when you submit with TG Flowing, she'll say, another submission. Throw that in the pile for Mr. Marquardt and becomes part of the photo pool. Chris will review them and pick 3 he likes. Although, you know what? It's good to hang out in the group because look at all of these. They're all great. It's hard to pick.
That's some really amazing stuff in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So just because, those 3 got picked doesn't mean there's not a lot of other great stuff in the Tech Guy group. Flickr.com, and then go to the Tech Guy group, submit your photo with the tag TG Flowing. And we will, before we hang up today, we will set a date for the next episode in which your photo will no doubt be featured. So that's the assignment. Shall we talk news?
I brought a couple of news items, a couple of 3 or 4. Let's kick it off with a couple of new cameras. Which
a new camera? No. I've managed to hold off every time you mention new cameras. Is this one I'm going to want?
I don't know. I find it intriguing. We're going back to the Ricos, the GR4, the very pocketable, very good image quality camera that has a real good fan base. They released a couple of cameras with HDFs. Have you ever shot with an HDF?
No, I don't even know what it is. What's an HDF?
It's a highlight diffusion filter. You might remember from the olden days, photographers and videographers would sometimes use what's called a pro mist filter. It's a filter you put on a camera, and what it does is it makes the highlights kind of over bloom a bit. So if you have light sources or harsh contrasts in a picture, they will wrap around the darker parts of the picture. It almost looks like a bit of mist in the air. And it's a very traditional effect. In fact, it originally came from film. When you shoot film has an inherent problem, and that is that the light that comes into the camera, into the film, bounces back from the backside of the film through the film again, and highlights kind of get exaggerated. We call that an aura or
this is an aura. That's a good way of describing this. Yeah,
it's an aura. Yeah. So you can buy film, and film has the film manufacturers Kodak and Co. They have mitigated that by adding an anti-halation layer. So those halos, those auras that you get in the film disappear. They get filtered out, but you can buy specifically film without that, so you get the aura in the film. If you buy film, just go on B&H or somewhere else and look for aura film, you'll find it. It's a really beautiful effect. And what
now
Ricoh
you can turn this
has-
off and on. You don't have to
You
have
can.
it all the time.
You can, but
These
it's
are
not a
cute
digital
little
effect. That's the
cameras.
interesting thing. It's not
Oh,
a
it's
digital
not?
effect. Ricoh has, well, many of the Ricoh cameras have an ND filter, so you can. It's an actual physical filter moving into the light path. And in these cameras, they've taken that ND filter out and replaced it with an HDF filter, with a highlight diffusion filter. And it's a really intriguing, nice effect. I would probably, if I shoot a lot of black and white or even contrast these scenes, I would probably have that on almost all the time because it's really.
It gives life a
Interesting
certain
looking.
glow.
It gives it a glow. It gives it some life. You know what the thing with digital is that you get these like surgically clean pictures. They're
Yeah, they're
very,
very
very,
crisp. Yeah.
perfect. They're very perfect. And that highlight diffusion filter takes a bit of that perfection out of the picture. So I'm a fan of it. I'm
This
not
looks
sure I
cool.
want to spend $1,600 for a GR4 with an HDF, but
So
That's cool.
specs, is this it looks like it's fixed lens, yeah?
the GR4 has its now you're
Yeah, built-in lens, and it looks like it's
catching
got
me
zoom.
off guard. Let me
Yeah.
see. It does.
This is
The thing is, I'm not a
looking
Ricoh
at the
shooter, but
3.
all of
Right.
the Ricoh shooters I've talked to, they won't get another camera. It's
They
one of
love
the
it.
things they fall in love with it instantly.
Love it.
It has a
Looks like it's a 28 millimeter. No, it looks like a zoom.
an 18.3 millimeter, but I think it's APS-C f1.2.
Okay.
So, but
So it's
again,
not a
those
zoom.
specs aren't that important.
That's not why you're getting this. It's not for the specs.
That's not why you get the camera. It's because it's the Ricoh, and they are really, I mean, they are really pocketable. You don't need a big camera bag or anything for this kind of a camera.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the highlight diffusion. If you have a mirrorless camera or a DSLR,
If you want to see a cheap Promus filter, here's like an example.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
See how the window light changes?
Yeah, there's a little bloom. Yeah.
It's it's
that
funny,
is-
the neon's already blooming because it's so bright. Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you have a DSLR or a mirrorless
Thank
camera,
you,
you
Anthony.
can get a Pro Mist filter. You can put that on the front of your lens. So this is not the only way to get this effect. You can buy these filters and put them on your regular camera. So
the idea is, though, that you would, this wouldn't be your only camera, probably, right? This would be the camera in your
depends
bag
on
that
your
when you
style.
yeah, or unless it becomes your style. The reason I'm asking, I'm trying to get Paris Martineau to join us because she keeps saying, I want to get a better camera. For a while, she thought her iPhone using that Adobe Project Indigo camera would be enough. And it's pretty impressive, but honestly, there's nothing like having a bigger sensor and a better camera. And I think I think she's ready to do this. Oh, did we lose? No, Christophe.
I
you
think I'm
disappeared.
back. I think I'm back.
Somebody pushed your button. You never
Something.
left. Anyway, I like the monochrome too. It's kind of interesting. So this is a very interesting camera. It's always deceptive when you're on the website because these are pro photographers who really know how to get the
Of course
most
they
out of a camera. They know how to pick.
Yeah, the thing with third-party apps is that on a phone is they are great, but phones are still fighting a lot of things that larger sensors are not fighting.
Yeah.
Again, a bit later on, we'll talk a bit about some nerdy stuff about phone sensors, but and the software has to do a lot of hard work, a lot of heavy lifting to make these good, and then they don't really integrate as good into the system. I mean, it's become easier on iOS to integrate a third-party camera into your regular phone, but it's still you have to do some work, so it's not as easily accessible. It's not quite as quick when it starts up.
The focal length is 18.3, but it's on an APS-C sensor, so that's about a 28 millimeter, which is a nice That's a nice kind of slightly wide. It's a street photo, street shooter.
It's a street focal length. Yeah.
And
sure,
honestly,
yeah.
I think that HDF effect would be good in street in a lot of situations. So this is interesting. Okay, 1600 schmackers.
Yeah. But that includes the lens, right?
It's complete.
It's a compact package. It's complete. It's not like a Leica where you spend 6,000 for camera and another 5,000 for the lens. Not quite as bad.
Let's put it this way: I could have bought 10 of these. Very nice, the Ricoh.
All right, want to hear about another camera that just came out?
Yeah.
Instax.
I know what you're going to talk about. I saw this. This is
the
weird
biggest
looking.
Instax. Okay, we're talking instant film, and it's
kind of like Polaroids were back in the day.
Like Polaroids, same technology pretty much, and they have been purely analog for a long time, and then they started adding some digital options in there, so you'd shoot digitally and it would print out on an Instax printer on Instax. So you had kind of this in-between thing. And they're also not afraid to try out interesting new form factors. And if you are of a certain age, you will certainly know what a Super 8 camera looks like. One of these home Super 8 cameras. And they've just released the Instax Mini Evo Cinema, which
looks like a Super 8.
It does look like a Super 8. They have they took a lot of inspiration from the good old Super 8 camera. So it's a vertical camera. It has that exact form, or that very, very similar form factor. And initially when I saw that, I was like, what on earth are they trying to do? Are they... Okay, so if you look at lomography, they have the Lomo Kino.
Right.
And that's a camera that shoots on 35 millimeter film. It's a film camera with a crank, like in the olden days. And it shoots on 35 millimeter film, and then you can digitize it and make it into a video. And I thought this was going through instant film, like the whole stack for a few seconds. That would be not good. No, that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is... okay, so it's digital. First of all, it has a still camera, like you have a still and a cine mode. The still camera is kind of the most boring part of it. It's vertical by default. You can, of course, rotate it 90 degrees. It has an Instax printer built in, so you can...
Okay. That kind of explains the form factor, because it needs to be kind of tall.
Yeah, no, these printers are small enough. It doesn't need to be tall. They could have done it a different way.
Okay.
But what you do is, and I think that's the main selling point, is you shoot like a 15-second video clip. You can choose the style. There's a year dial on the side.
That is the weirdest part of this, is you can go from 1930s through 2020s. What does that even mean?
Well, the look of film has changed over the years. Every 10 years, you have a bit of a different either new film, new lenses, new technology, black and white, then it becomes color. And if you look back at pictures from 50 years ago, they look very different from the pictures of today. So you get these, I think they call it like to capture the flavor of the era. And so you have this one picture. I think you might even be able to choose that, and then a QR code. And with the app that comes with it, those 15 seconds of video go on a server, and then the QR code. Think weddings, think birthdays. You get to
and you can hand them out.
Things with that.
Yeah,
you can
take it to a party. Yeah.
Yes, and you can hand out more than one because it's a printer in there. So if you have 5 people and you want to give them the link, then you just give them one.
Have you used any Instax cameras?
Oh, yeah. Instax is fun. I mean, as fun as instant photography can be. The interesting thing is that in all the photography industry, Instax is the biggest moneymaker. They sell so much film, and it really shows you that people want that unique experience, that one-of-a-kind experience, that not repeatable experience. Uniqueness is a selling point.
So you obviously, if you take the video, you can't hand that out. You say it prints a QR code, which people can then download the video. Is that how it works?
They can watch it on the site in an Instax frame. So it's quite whimsical, but I really like it. A good idea, I think. Also, they tell you that that video will be on the server for 2 years guaranteed.
Oh.
And I like that they are honest, because I've seen similar things in the past that were just advertising that they put it on a server and then a year later, they ran out of money and they stopped the service and everything was lost. Here, at least, they are honest about it. They tell you that it's up there for 2 years.
$400.
It's $400. It's
and then how much are the cartridges? And how many shots do you get?
I think an Instax Mini. How much are we talking? $1 a picture or something along those lines? In that range.
So, yeah, it's a little pricey. Yeah,
it's instant photography.
Right.
But again, that also kind of makes it a bit more valuable. Don't expect
here's
perfection,
$17 from
right?
B&H for 20 exposures. So you'd have to have a little bag with you if you go to a party. You'd carry these around with you.
But there's an
like
interesting
Polaroid,
effect,
right?
There's a really interesting effect if you shoot something that costs actual money. You'll just become a bit more cautious, a bit more thoughtful about the individual picture. The pictures have more inherent value. So I'm a fan of instant photography because it kind of reminds you that you want to be a bit more careful with what you want to take a picture of. And
we're going to a costume party in Orlando, Florida in March.
Oh, that is a perfect gadget for that.
I think this would be fun to bring to. It's at the
I think it would be, yes.
Zero Trust World Conference in March in Orlando. It's $400, but now it's pre-order, so it's not available yet.
When is the release?
Yeah. I'll click it. Let's just see.
It says estimated ship date February.
Oh, perfect. Anthony's going with us to this party. Should I get this for the party?
Awesome.
Yeah, totally.
I'm going to need a few of these Instax. Let's get a few of these. Maybe 10 of them. That's going to add a little bit to the total cost, but I'm going to need that, right? Yeah. Okay. Coming soon. Anthony, you must have checked already because you knew February 9th, it says.
It was on the page.
Okay.
Also, there's this thing on the side of the camera. If you look at the larger pictures of it, on the side there's this. You know the old Super 8 cameras. Some of them were driven by a spring. So that thing that you wind it up with, you don't do that. But when you turn that thing, they have replicated on there. That's how you print a picture by.
Does it go?
Turning that winder. I think it's electric. That's kind of fun.
I think, Anthony, I'm going to have to get this for the conference.
Totally.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
All right.
Very good. Thank you, Chris. That's a fun one.
Next one.
Yes.
Photoshop is now available in ChatGPT.
What?
Have you seen that?
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. So, OpenAI has, I think they call them connectors, where you can connect up some MVP in online versions of tools into ChatGPT. So what that will do is that you can enable that in the settings, and it uses a web-based version. And you can edit photos using Photoshop by prompting ChatGPT. So you can say things like, make the subject pop, or make this black and white, or blur the background, or change the contrast or the exposure. And and like all the bigger LLMs, they can all edit photos now. If you look at Google's Nano Banana, it's really good at that. ChatGPT is also quite decent at it. But instead of using their own model, which also tends to like regenerate the contents of the picture, so it introduces slight changes. This uses actual Photoshop tools, so it will edit the photo and not kind of reprocess the whole thing, but it'll use Photoshop tools. It's a bit clunky, especially I think it's not quite as obvious. It kind of falls back to ChatGPT's own photo editing, AI-based photo editing. If it can't do something in the Photoshop thing, I think it's a bit limited, but it'll allow you to upload a photo and either choose the Photoshop app that's built in there, or it'll allow you to say things, use Photoshop to do something with the subject. I think it requires the paid version. The lowest tier
sure
will do.
I'm sure it does. Of ChatGPT, you're saying.
Of ChatGPT,
Yeah,
that you don't need
you're-
Adobe for that. It's built in.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I prefer
Interesting
Nano
move,
Banana, to
right?
be honest. You know, one of the big
The
stories.
thing is,
Go
the
ahead.
thing is, if you upload your photo to Nano Banana and say make the subject pop,
It'll-
you will get a different version of
Right.
the photo, as in
Right.
you can
not an
see
editing tool.
details.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
an editing tool. It remakes the whole thing,
It's a
and it looks
reimagining
very
tool.
similar,
Yeah.
but it's a reimagined AI. And this doesn't do that. It uses Photoshop, so it leaves the
I like that,
the
actually.
basics intact.
Yeah, I think actually that's a good way to do it, because then you're really, it's just using it to help you do photo editing, as opposed to creating the image itself.
And I think it takes a bit of the intimidation out of Photoshop as a
Yeah,
overburdening tool with millions of tools built in. Again, there's some limitation. I think you have to do quite a bit of experimentation. There's some documentation somewhere online. But simple things like make the background darker, you can do this easily now by just telling the LLM to do it.
Now, did you see that this week Apple announced that they're going to go head to head with the Adobe Creative Cloud? Apple has a few applications, enough, I think, to do this. They're calling it Apple's, what is it, Creator Cloud or something. It's very close to Adobe. But it's only $129 a year, $13 a month. And it's everything. So it's all of the things that Adobe has. Apple's Final Cut Pro, it's Logic Pro. And
Makes
they
sense,
bought
yep.
a few years ago Pixelmator. And so they're reviving Pixelmator Pro, which hasn't had updates in a few years since they bought them. That will be their photo editing app. I don't know. Have you ever tried Pixelmator Pro? Do you?
Yes. Oh yeah. I mean, when it came out, that was a viable competitor to a lot of the Photoshop features. Was nimble, was fast, and it's been a staple ever since. I haven't really used it lately, but it's a really good photo editor that has grown in features over the years.
And now Apple has a
dramatically
lot of
improved,
incentive to make it a Photoshop equivalent. Of course, Apple already has kind of the DAM feature of it with Photos, Apple's Photos, which comes with every Apple device. They're also going to include some of the Final Cut additional tools like Motion and Compressor. But they're also going to kind of have a special version of their free iWork apps, Keynote, Numbers, and Pages, and those will have special features only for paid subscribers. So this is really a complete suite, very much competing with Adobe, I think.
It was about time. I mean,
Yeah, I'll be, as I'm a Mac user, so I think I'll probably take a look at it. I already bought Final Cut and Logic, but if there's a path forward with that. Plus, it's iPad and Mac, and you can share it with up to 6 members of your family, or 5 members plus you. So that's actually pretty affordable if you have others in your family who are going to use it, as I do. So anyway, I thought that was kind of, I wonder what Adobe's response will be. Maybe part of it is having ChatGPT and Adobe apps.
I mean, Adobe is under attack from many sides right now. If you look at Affinity, that's just
Affinity's another good example, yeah.
and it's free, so that gives you a lot of bang for the buck for sure.
And a lot of people use DaVinci Resolve, which is also free in its base model from Blackmagic. So there's some good choices out there. And if you're using Linux, there's equivalents for all of those programs, open source equivalents for all those programs. They're a little, they work. They're a little funkier, as is often the case with open source, especially in the user interface, but they work.
Depends on how resistant you are to pain sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
but hey, I know a lot of people who love open source photo editing tools.
I use Darkroom and Raw Therapy, which are excellent tools. A lot of people use Blender. I find that a little hard to use, but a lot of people use that.
It's a very professional tool, though. I mean, Hollywood uses Blender. There's a lot of
once you learn it, you can. There's sky's the limit.
It's like a steep learning curve, but hey,
there's the GIMP, the GNU image manipulation program, which is a Photoshop.
Darktable.
Darktable, not Darkroom. Darktable. Yeah, I like Darktable, actually. I use that a lot. What else is new in the news, Mr. Photo Guy?
While we're nerding out here, this is interesting. Have you heard of LOFIC? LOFIC.
No. LOFIC.
Lateral overflow integration capacitor. Say that fast 10 times.
What's that when it's at home?
So it's a development that has been going on for 10 years maybe. And it's in the sensor technology in your cameras. Now, look back to the 2000s. Sensors started shrinking. Smartphones came up in 2007. And smaller sensors are everywhere now. They are really literally everywhere. And they have an issue. They have a physical issue, and that is that they are easy to overexpose because their individual pixels are very small. So it only takes a few photons to make a pixel overflow, and overflow is equivalent to overexposure. So they have a dynamic range problem. They cannot capture the same range from very dark to very bright in one picture as their bigger siblings. So the technological dream has always been to take a single shot HDR photo, which means high dynamic range, meaning capturing very dark to very, very bright in one single shot on a small sensor. The phones are kind of doing that right now, but they have to do a lot of heavy lifting by taking multiple photos at different exposures really quickly after each other in sequence, and then do a lot of computation on the device to put those together, and that's how you get these HDR pictures. But the issue with that is that you always end up with like motion artifacts and these kind of things because they are not taken at the same time. They're taken in sequence. So phones have to do a lot of math and AI and things to kind of make that work. And manufacturers over the years have tried to do to fix that in different ways. There were sensors that have pixels of different sizes on them, so they have two different ISOs, and then they do some math there. There was a sensor called the modulo sensor, which would do some other weird stuff to make those to capture that high dynamic range. The thing is, LOFIC is now a new technology, and it comes from the 2010s in Japan. They were doing experiments with sensors. Older sensors, especially the CCDs, used to have a problem called blooming, where like too much light would make them overflow into the neighboring pixels, and then you'd have like a blooming effect. And so they were adding some capacitors to pixels so that the overflow would be controlled somehow. And maybe about 10 years ago, patents started coming out about adding capacitors to each of the pixels to capture that overflow of light and turn it into image information. So that's kind of the thing that we're looking at here. And then 5 years ago, Apple has released a patent about LOFIC sensors, or I'm not sure if they're calling it that, but it's pretty much this overflow capacity. Think of a pixel as a bucket, and then too much light coming in, it flows over. And now they're doing something with that light. And there's companies now, SmartSense is one, OmniVision is another one. They are working on 200 megapixel smartphone sensors with a technology that have 16 or more stops of dynamic range.
Whoa.
That is full frame mirrorless camera territory.
Yeah.
The amount of pixels, but also the dynamic range. Sony has a series called Lytia, Lytia. They are talking 50 megapixels, 16 plus stops. There's a rumor that Vivo, Oppo, Xiaomi, Honor, and others will have 200 megapixel sensors in 2026. Again, rumor. No confirmation, but there's a leak about the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. It's supposed to get a 1-inch LOFIC sensor. We're talking 200 megapixels, maybe a periscope optics that can resolve that. There's a rumor about the Oppo Find X9 Ultra. The rumor says it will have multiple 200 megapixel LOFIC sensors. And of course,
so we're just a year or so away from massive breakthroughs in
less than a
phone
year.
cameras.
Apple again. The patent talks about 20 stops of dynamic range.
Yikes!
If there's anything to these rumors, and some of those are actual leaks, we will see a lot of the flagship phones in 2026 get a massive boost in megapixels and dynamic range. And that is wild if that comes to pass.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
LOFIC, L-O-F-I-C. That's the magic
Keep your
word.
eye peeled for LOFIC.
I mean, of course, a camera phone with that much of a dynamic range in megapixels, and I have to say that is not going to make you a better photographer. That's not how it works.
If you have, what it will give you is more opportunity to be a better photographer, because you'll be able to, for instance, one of the things every photographer runs up against is that beautiful sunset.
Oh,
and they just
very
somehow want to capture that. And it never looks as good as it does in person. But
and
the reason
it's always
is,
too tiny. It's always too tiny.
Yes.
So now with 200 megapixels, you might be able to crop in a bit and bring that sun a bit closer.
plus you'll have a much broader dynamic range, because, the sun is very, very bright. The beach is not so bright. It's dark. The sunset, it's hard to capture a good sunset, at least not with a single picture. You could probably do it if you shot many images and merged them. But people are often disappointed by that. So having this kind of capability might not make you a better photographer, but it's going to give you a chance to get those photographs that you haven't been able to get in the past. You see them, you want them, but you can't capture them.
So there's your chance if they come out with these phones. But Xiaomi, multiple 200 megapixel sensors in one phone. I mean, why not? If the quality is good, but LOFIC is kind of the new magic thing. And there's other technologies as well that are looking into increasing dynamic range, but this one seems to be the most promising at this point.
It's good. This is why competition is a good thing.
Yeah. All right, one more thing.
Yes. One more thing.
One weird thing. We talked about image retouching using AI. There has been an interesting trend about reverse retouching via AI photo manipulation in the UK. Seems like there was, I'm not sure if it's still there, a loophole in the UK telemedicine that allowed not just a two-way consultation for diagnosis, like on a video, but also what they called independent verification using photography. And people were starting to use AI to make themselves look more heavy in photos to get access to weight loss drugs.
I didn't need that.
from online pharmacies.
I really did not need that. I don't know what's going on here.
There's a reporter. There's a reporter who I think managed to get four deliveries of Mounjaro from online pharmacies. Just by putting herself in Nano Banana and telling it to increase her weight.
Wow.
It's just
that's
wild.
hysterical.
So that's the reverse retouching. Normally you go make me look more pretty, take some pounds off my chins, that kind of stuff.
Fatten me up a little bit.
This one is weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll close that loophole, right?
I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah.
But it's been going on for a while, as you can see.
It's sad, actually, because these drugs are pretty amazing. They're very effective. If you really want weight loss, they can really help you be more healthy. I'm on Ozempic myself, and it's been an amazing thing. But, I'm a type 2 diabetic. So at least in the United States, Medicare will give you Ozempic if, you get it prescribed if you're a type 2 diabetic and your blood sugar's at a certain level. And my doctor said, yeah, I can give it to you. Not for weight loss, though. Which is it's sad because it's just as much of a chronic condition as anything else. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the World Health Organization has acknowledged obesity to be a disease. Yeah.
Yeah. And these drugs have been in use for a long time, more than 20 years, and they're very effective and they seem very safe. They have side effects like all medicines do, but I've been on Ozempic since May, since June, and it's really been a remarkable transformation. My blood sugar is now absolutely normal. And I've lost quite a bit of weight. Not too much, just right. Doesn't make you skinny, as you can see. But fortunately, I didn't have to do this. It's funny, when I understand the premise, because when I went to the doctor, knowing I was going to try to persuade him to give me Ozempic, I had amassed practically a PowerPoint presentation, all this information, why I should have it, et cetera, et cetera. And I didn't need it. He just said, well, yeah, your blood sugar is now, your A1C is now 8.4. I think we better put you on it. I said, okay, thank you.
I think it's harder in the UK to get access.
Yeah, it might be.
Than it is
It's
in the
hard
US
to get
right
it.
now.
I mean, I can get it because I'm on Medicare. A lot of insurance does not pay for it. So, and they should, because it really is it can really change your health prognosis. Well, some very good stories. Thank you, Mr. Marquardt.
Okay. One last bit of video.
Talking. Yes.
Let me bring up, or I'll have you bring up the last point here. Have you ever swapped lenses in the field without being able to sit down or swap the battery or something?
Nervous.
It's always a weird juggling act.
Yes.
I just came across this, and it's so fun because you've heard of Don Pettit, oldest astronaut on the ISS. He just came back from the ISS, and he's an avid photographer. He has a little video on how to swap a camera battery in 0G, and it is just wonderful to watch him do it, because of course weightlessness. There's of course, what he does is he parks the battery in.
Oh my gosh! It's just floating.
Takes the other one out. It's just floating there.
Well, that's pretty easy.
It's just
and
so
I
much
bet you
fun
don't have to
watch
worry
that.
about dust or sand getting into the sensor there. Look at that. That's hysterical.
And the smug expression on him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. 0G means you put something there and it.
You don't need a shelf.
Stays there. You know.
You don't
it's
need a
just
shelf.
Fun.
You have
That's
to.
just
I
a
bet
little
you
bit
though.
Of fun.
There's a certain amount of practice that comes to placing something so that you don't impose a little bit of momentum on it, because even the slightest bit is going to move away from you. So that's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's just a little fun 20-second video.
Love it. Love it, Chris.
All right.
I am going to change our graphic because we have a new assignment, and it is flowing. So I'll change that while you answer some questions.
We have 2 questions. The first one is from Tired Old Guy. And Tired Old Guy asks, can you recommend a good non-subscription based photo editor and/or organizer, something more robust than Photo Elements? It's Photoshop Elements, I think, but not as sophisticated as Photoshop.
Something in between.
And
yeah.
something somewhere in between. Again, editor or an organizer. So first thing, again, we talked about it earlier, Affinity Photo. Now Affinity. You edit photos with it. You need a free Canva account, but you can download it for free. On One Photo Raw is an interesting one. That's a non-subscription one. I think it's under $100. One-time payment. It's an editor and an organizer in one app. What else? DxO Photo Lab. Not an organizer, but good in editing.
I feel like these are all maybe a little harder to use than he's looking for, because Elements is very simple, right?
I mean, other than that, of course, your system, depending on if you're on a Mac or on Windows, have photo editors built in.
Sure. I mean, actually,
Apple Photos
has a lot of editing
powerful
capability. And if you want to go next level, Pixelmator is going to end up being, I think, the next level up on that. Affinity is a little daunting with all of it's got a lot of menus and a lot of stuff going on.
Admittedly, yes. And then, of course, Google Photos is letting you do a lot of things. And then the whole editing thing is in the process of moving to AI at this point. So you'll probably not too long of a time you'll be talking to your photo editor and asking it to do things with your photos.
Yeah, like Adobe, that ChatGPT. Wow, that's that's kind of a sea change.
So yeah,
I have some questions too from our chat room if you want to, when you want to entertain those. Stevage, who 76, who is watching on YouTube, says, "Gentlemen," which is very kind of you, Stevage. What point-and-shoot camera do you recommend for a teenager? Looks like they're getting popular again, and we were just talking about that Rico. Both my daughter and son want one now. The problem is price point. So let's give you some choices. I mean, I think that Rico would be very interesting if you're willing to spend $1,600, but I bet he's not. In fact, I think it'd be foolish to buy a teenager that on a whim. Maybe an Instax camera. It depends what they want to use it for. If they're serious about photography, that's probably not a good choice. But if they want to just for a social reasons,
I mean, there's a lot of trend going towards easier, simpler cameras because they also end up not being quite as perfect. But you can look at the Kodak Pix Pro series. They're like $120.
And that's an Instax?
No, it's not an Instax, but it's a smaller, pocketable digicam. We'll call them digicams. Yashica Digipix 100 is an example, under $100. Pentax has a option.
The problem is, and I think this is something you're going to want to work with the kids on, because you don't want to disappoint them and waste your money. It depends what they want, what they're looking for. If they're really looking to get seriously into photography as a creative
I don't think
pursuit,
that's it.
This is not.
I don't think that's it. No, that's not
you don't
it.
Think
it's
so?
more.
I think it's social.
It's a social thing. It's also a counter movement thing, kind of a rebellion against the perfection of the smartphone photos.
Yeah.
And another aspect here, and that's I think a really interesting one, is the phone is also the machine that brings you all the world's negativity. And a camera that is just a dedicated camera will not ping you with news about some weird guy online. So it's a digital detox kind of thing too. That's definitely a part of it. So what I would do is find a store. If there are any stores left that have cameras around you, go to a store and get your hands on them. and play with them and see what feels right. That's always my recommendation. See what feels right.
B. Jones recommends these Olympus TG7s. I have an earlier version of this, very rugged.
These are the rugged
waterproof.
ones, right?
Really, yeah, they're really fun because you can take, and the pictures are quite good. Not as nutty as some of these other ones.
Again, the pictures being good is not the main
Right.
reason they want these cameras. Especially if you look at some of the point and shoots these days, the new digital point and shoots that deliberately go with a weird, whimsical quality thing. It's not about perfection. It's not about the number of pixels. It's more about some intangible factors.
Dennis Morrisode in a YouTube chat also recommends this Fujifilm X-Half. I'm not even familiar with these. They're not inexpensive, $650, but they really are cute. Actually, it looks a
vertical,
lot like Leica.
Shoots vertical photos.
Shoots vertical. See, yeah, that's
has
the thing.
Has a film-like mode built in. I think that you
there you go.
can switch it to a mode that will then only give you a certain amount of pictures, so you can simulate the experience of film. Or maybe
And you would say, get him a film camera. You can get them very inexpensively
maybe get
now.
him a film camera. That's it. Yeah.
They're not expensive, and it's still the case. I think that film, if you're serious about photography, is a good place to start. There's a lot of reasons.
It's always
why
a
you
good
might
place
want
to start. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially a generation that has never had contact with film. That's a really interesting and good experience.
Yeah.
So
Canon's power shots are fairly inexpensive. We've been using these for years for kids. They don't make that one anymore. Never mind. That's another recommendation from Demilente. Hello, Demilente.
Yes.
Also watching on YouTube. So there's quite a few. It's funny. This market I thought was going to go away. And
it's back in full force.
It's
It's back.
resurged.
The digicam market has resurged so much that now I think there are at least 4 or 5 new digicam models in the market.
Isn't that interesting?
Because
I'm glad to
there's
see
such a demand.
Yeah.
Again, a standalone camera has its advantages for sure.
Yeah.
So we have one more on the website, again by Demilente, and lately the weather has been very cold and wet. Is it possible to filter the fishbowl by season?
Well, flowing is going to fit very well into that.
I don't want to do this.
The fishbowl is flexible.
For a couple of reasons. The fishbowl is multi-purpose. It's there to give you a reason to shoot, to get up from the sofa. It gives you a reason to walk around with open eyes, to watch what's going on. And the hidden kind of agenda here is it gives you a limitation. It gives you a creative limitation, because if you have a limitation, say it's summer, it's dry, and I want some water because that's what came out of the bowl, that'll make you stretch. That'll make you not pick the low-hanging fruit, but it will make you do it'll make you exercise your creativity in one way.
And we know
So-
Demilente can do it because they keep coming up with amazing.
Absolutely.
shots.
So I'm really happy that sometimes the things that come out of the fishbowl are kind of not really fitting to the current season or the weather.
Although
So-
I have to say, the last few picks have seemed quite appropriate for the time. You had Glamorous for the Christmas and New Year's season. You have Flowing for the rainy season, at least for those of us in the California, and Demilente apparently. You've completely serendipitously picked some good ones, but I agree with you. It should be completely random.
I mean,
And
I'm
we'll
just looking at
see.
some of them that are still in there. Artful, smooth, vibrant.
There's no reason, by the
enchanting.
way, you can't say, I'm going to take some pictures this week on my own subject and upload them to our Tech Guy group. We'd love to see them
Absolutely.
and share them with the class. You'll find Chris
Sounds
Marquardt
good.
at discoverthetopfloor.com. You have anything coming up?
Here in Germany, a lot. No, nothing international at this point, but
Okay.
hey, I'm happy to still have it on here because it will it will come in good time. Things will flip around and
Absolutely.
change again.
Absolutely. His podcasts, of course, are also there. Tips from
The
top
future of
floor.
photography. The most important one right now is the future of photography.
That's really an interesting show, and they're in English, and you will find them at Discover the Top Floor or chrismarquardt.com. You'll also find his photos on Instagram, or not Instagram, on Flickr. He is Nubui, N-U-B-U-I, on Flickr. That's how long he's had this. That's his maiden
Don't
name.
ask. Don't ask. Yes.
and you will find him here every month. Now, I guess we could kind of say this is what is this? The second Friday or the third
13th?
Friday? We could do it the third Friday of every month, schedule permitting. You want to try doing that?
Then that will be the 20th of February. Fine with me.
All right.
Totally fine with me. 20th.
So let's put a pin in the third Friday of every month, Anthony, and that way, at least whenever possible, that will be the time. Our next one will be on the 20th of February. That means you got 4 weeks to take a flowing image, whatever that means to you. Chris, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for inspiring us and getting us out there to take more pictures. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll see you next time. Thanks to our club members, too, who make all of this possible. Because of the club, we do a lot of special programming in the club like this. We do stream it publicly, and this has been streamed on YouTube and Twitch and X.com, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Kick. After the show's over, in most cases, we put it up on the TWiT Plus feed for club members only, but that only is for a month after 30 days. And that's not always the case. In some cases, we will make it public right away, as we did with my interview with Mark Malkoff about his book about Johnny Carson. So sometimes, if it's of general interest, we'll put it up sooner. But if you really want to make sure you have access to all of it, join the club. It also supports these kinds of productions. It supports all the work we do at TWiT. It's also a great place to hang out. You get ad-free versions of all the shows. You get access to the Discord. You get special programming. twit.tv/clubtwit. If you'd like to know more, we would like to have you. Thank you, Chris Marquardt. Have a wonderful evening in the Viewfinder Villa. Thanks to all of you. We will see you on Sunday. Got a great TWiT. Abrar Al-Hiti joins me along with, who else? Oh, I forgot. We're trying to get Ian Thompson, I know. And, Harper Reed will be on too. So we'll have a fun TWiT on Sunday. And I have some good news. We have an agreement in principle for a replacement for Alex Lindsay on Mac Break Weekly. I finally heard from our prospect, and they said, yes, my work will let me do it. So we'll be announcing that soon. Stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chris. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yay. Everybody loves this
All
show.
right.
Yay. Thanks for chiming in too, Anthony. It's always great to have you
Oh, yeah.
part of it.
Hey, photographers need to band together.
Yes, we have to stick together in any kind of weather.
And yeah, it'll be fun to try that camera at the
I
event.
think I should get that for the party.
It's a fun toy. It's a fun toy. I think it has its merit, its uses, and
It gives me something to do. so I
it'll
don't have
give
to
people smiles.
socialize.
Just if you show up with that thing, people will go, "Oh wow!" And what is that?
Yeah.
That's a conversation.
Well, it's a
starter right
costume
there.
party, and I won't say the theme because I don't know if it's public yet. But it's a era, so this will fit very nicely.
What is
into
the
that whole
organization again? Was it a privacy thing?
thing. No, it's a conference called Zero Trust World. It's
Okay.
one of our sponsors.
Because that camera is that camera's results are cloud based, so just wondering if that might be a clash of some sort.
That's just fine. So let's see. And I do think I'm going to need 10 packs that's 200 exposures.
That sounds fun.
That should be enough.
I
Yeah.
hope if it's not enough, I'm in trouble. Okay. Good.
When is that?
Let me-
When is that?
It's March
Oh, it's in March,
party is
so yeah,
March
you should be able to get
3rd.
one by then. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me log into B&H. All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Chris.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Take care.
I'll see
Oh, shoot.
you
It's the
again.
Sabbath. They close for Shabbat, so I just missed it. I missed
No.
I missed sundown.
That's
So I have
one
to
thing
wait
about
till tomorrow
B&H.
to order.
Yeah.
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 That's okay. It was very close. I missed it by a few minutes. All right. Thank you, Chris.
All right.
Take care.
See you on
Leo,
the
if you-
20th.
All right.
All
Bye
right,
now.
later, Chris. Leo,
I
if you
have
could
to
hang
do
out.
an ad, don't I?
Yep. Yes.
Let me do that. Let me change my photo picture. Who is this ad for?
It's only hands on Windows.
Okay, I'll put the Windows Weekly thing up, I guess.
Oh, that's right.
I don't
You know,
have
let me
a-
send you. I'll send you the folder. Album art. I select you the copy,
Yes, I have the copy.
and for future, if you want to just download this folder, it has all
Okay.
the album art.
Okay.
Now let's get a new scene here.
All right, here's the folder. Now, in order for this to work, I have to download it to my Apple Photos. Okay, there's hands on Windows. I guess I should get them all now. I'm going to need them all.
Yeah, if you're in the browser, just
Yeah.
if you look at the top, there's the download all.
I got
like
Hot,
it'll-
How, Home Theater Geeks.
Linux show.
iOS. Oh, no, I won't ever need to do that. Will
Yeah,
I?
you don't need the Mica ones.
Twists. I should probably at some point I'll go through these and process them because they're too high res and they don't.
Oh,
it
I could-
doesn't.
I'll do that.
It doesn't do a good job of. Well, you can't really tell. But I think they're supposed to be 64 by 64. They're supposed to be pretty.
Oh, I see. Like if I could process them. So
it
it's
downsamples, and I can do it. Don't worry about it.
okay.
Album art, Twit events. Always be here for those. Twit news, Twit plus, Twit total, Untitled Linux show. That's the last one. Okay, now let me get those all in photos. Import. Where'd they go? I think I'm losing my eyesight. It's hard for me to. I'm spending too much time around the screens or something for me to read. I just got a new glasses prescription too. Still having a hard time reading. Okay. There. Now let me go here. Oh, I have to make sure that this syncs. It's very finicky about syncing stuff. I don't know. Let's see if it did.
These are you're scaling them down before?
It does it automatically, but
Okay.
what I would like to do is scale them
Yeah, I could process that.
with some
batch process that.
good quality. Processing would be good. All right, so I'm going to now make. Let's see, what do I do here? I make a new one. Da 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 da. Take photo, which is not. The software's so awful. Hands on Windows, you said, right?
Correct.
Create new board and import. Okay. Save that to my gallery. This is the next vibe coding thing I'm going to do, I think. Save to local gallery. HOW.
What's the next one? I was thinking it'd be fun to do do a live like vibe code thing, like either the tomato app or like the how to get throw tomatoes from the club TWiT onto intelligent machines. Like that'd be kind of fun.
I want these Devooms have an API. It's a RESTful API, so I'm pretty sure I could write a program to control them directly. Their software is so terrible. I would like to just make a program where I could say, this is the show, and it would fix these. But and the next step after that would be to add one that had things like Club TWiT membership counter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or even chat, although it's hard to put real text in there. But anyway, that'd be kind of a fun vibe code. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I decided, since I don't know when I'm going to get the Mac back.
Right, you moved it over.
Moved these around. I'm going to have to put that up a little higher, I think, so it's the same height as this one. It's on a little wooden stand. And then little Leo's holding the little Mac.
Nice touch.
Yeah. It just doesn't quite look balanced, so I need to do something about that. Burke, I think, is going to fix the other Mac, but all right. I got the hands-on Windows in there. Let me open the copy. It's Bitwarden. Yes.
Yes.
Go to my. Okay, there's Bitwarden. How do I? Why am I not seeing? Go. Ahem. All right, here we go. Hey, Paul, if you don't mind, I'd just like to interrupt for a moment. Hope you're enjoying Hands on Windows. Our show this day is brought to you by Bitwarden. You know, we've talked about Bitwarden an awful lot. You know, it's the password manager I use. Steve Gibson uses it too. It is Bitwarden, the trusted leader in password, passkey, and secrets management. Bitwarden's consistently ranked #1 in user satisfaction by G2 and software reviews. Over 10 million users now. I'm really happy to hear that. Over 180 different countries and more than 50,000 businesses. You know, businesses, this is really important for you. Whether you're protecting one account for yourself or thousands for your company, Bitwarden keeps you secure all year long and consistent, regular updates. For instance, with the new Bitwarden Access Intelligence, this is great for your enterprise. Organizations can detect weak, reused, or exposed credentials and immediately guide remediation. Your employees will actually be walked through the step-by-step to fix it, replacing risky passwords with strong, unique ones. And I tell you, for a business, this closes, if not the #1, at least one of the most significant security gaps. I think it's #1. Credentials remain the top cause of breaches. With credential stuffing, you know, if your employee is reusing passwords, and they probably are, or using weak passwords, and they probably are, you need this. Access Intelligence will let you know and let them know. Those bad passwords will become visible, prioritized, and corrected before exploitation can occur. Bitwarden's also introduced something that individuals, self-hosters, will love. This is Bitwarden Lite, brand new. Bitwarden Lite delivers a lightweight, self-hosted password manager. So this is great for your home lab, for your personal projects, any environment where you want quick setup, minimal overhead, and trust no one, right? I know this is something a lot of you want. Bitwarden is so great. You get to choose how you want to use it. That's the beauty of it, because it's open source. Bitwarden's now enhanced with real-time vault health alerts and password coaching features that help users identify weak, reused, or exposed credentials and take immediate action to strengthen their security. You'll get direct, if you're still using, and it's, by the way, probably a bad idea, using your password, your browser's password manager. Bitwarden makes it very easy to move over to Bitwarden from your browser. Much more convenient. It's not just in your browser. Bitwarden's everywhere on every device. Bitwarden now supports direct import from Chrome, Edge, Brave, Opera, and Vivaldi browsers. So you've always been able to export and import. That's what Steve and I did when we moved to the other guy's password manager. We moved over to Bitwarden a few years ago. We exported it and imported it into Bitwarden. Pretty simple, straightforward, did a beautiful job. But there's always that risk because there's a period of time where you have an unencrypted version of your vault in your download folder. Direct import eliminates that. It imports credentials right from the browser into the encrypted vault without requiring a separate plain text export. So that makes migration easier. It helps reduce exposure associated with manual export and deletion steps. Bitwarden just gets better all the time. That's one of the reasons I love being a Bitwarden customer. G2 Winter 2025 reports Bitwarden continues to hold strong at
Uh-oh.
That's so weird. Did you drop the stream or something?
It looked like you
Discord
dropped.
has just entered the stream.
Yeah, I think there's something like Chris was dropping out. I was dropping out.
Okay.
Like I think something's up.
I will start again at that paragraph because you just missed a little bit, right?
Yeah.
G2 Winter 2025 reports Bitwarden continues to hold strong as number one in every enterprise category for 6 straight quarters. Bitwarden's setup is easy. It supports importing from most password management solutions. It's a very straightforward process. And once you're done, man, you're using the best password manager out there. Bitwarden is open source. That means it's GPL. It's on the GitHub. It's regularly audited by third-party experts. You can look at it. Bitwarden meets every security standard: SOC 2 Type 2, GDPR, HIPAA, CCPA, ISO 27001-2002. It's secure, it's robust, and you can try it right now. Get started with a free trial of Bitwarden's Teams or Enterprise plan. So try it in your business. And for individuals, because it's open source, Bitwarden's free forever. Now, I pay $10 a year for the premium version. It doesn't really give me a lot of new features. It just gives me the nice feeling I'm supporting Bitwarden, which I really want to do. It gets started for free across all devices, unlimited passwords, passkeys, hardware keys, secrets. As an individual user, bitwarden.com/twit. That's bitwarden.com/twit. We love them. You will love them. Your company will love them. And they'll be very glad that they've switched. All right, now back to hands-on Windows, Paul.
Okay.
All right. Rightio.
Thank you, Leo.
Twitcast.
That can't be
No longer in the store, but even weirder when I search Twitcasting is a thing now. Twitcast, a popular live stream platform to watch broadcast video. Integration with X. Oh, God.
Is that real? It sounds like an hallucination.
No, I think it is real, but I don't think it ever got a lot of traction. It certainly doesn't.
Right.
What are you going to do? This is why we went, that's twitcast.tv. It's just, it's basically kind of a YouTube. It's not.
Oh, yeah. It's
nothing.
Yeah.
We're not too worried about it.
There's also like on YouTube, like I'd search Twit and there's like some like band was using it or something.
Yeah. There was This Week in Trump for a while. We could go after him a little bit, but I don't. It's just like whack-a-mole. Yeah. I don't want to. We did, we did have a conversation with Twitter, and we resolved our differences, but to mutual satisfaction is what the lawyers say. I have to tell them, but there's a limit to how far. At this point, it's too bad. I mean, Twitter was the real problem because that was big and it was confusing. These little guys, I'm not so worried. Photographie de Blight, the workshops. 2026 auf einen Blicken. Mike Masnick and This Week in Tech Dirt. Yeah, well, we don't own This Weekend, right? That's the problem. We never did. So, all right.
Thank you, Leo. Good show.
Thank you, Anthony. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.